it could be just like a short-term reaction. Okay, so with that said, let's start with now, based on our hierarchy, we're going to start on the euro pairs. And if you look at the radar screen, guys, you would see that the dollar Swiss had 122 pip move. The dollar yen had declined 87. The pound Swiss declined 104. The pound yen declined 50. The Aussie Swiss 136. The Euro Swiss 160 points. The Euro yen declined 109. Look at the CAD Swiss 145. And the CAD yen also sold off 123. The Aussie yen sold off 99. The dollar pairs, the dollar yen and the dollar Swiss, are pretty much at the low of the day. The pound Swiss close to the low of the day. The Aussie Swiss close to the close or low of the day. The Euro Swiss is right like the dollar at the low of the day, and you can see 160 pips move in the Euro Swiss to the downside. And therefore we need to be looking at these pairs. So the first pair we're going to look at is, let's take the euro dollar because we just happen to be there, and then we're going to take the euro Swiss and the rest of it. So now the euro dollar, as you all know, I mean, this has been something that we have been discussing for quite some time. The 143.33, this has been our key point of discussion, and the 147, the 144, and the 142.16. These are the three structural points that the euro dollar has been moving so beautifully at or around. And if we were able to trade at or around these points, we should be have been doing well with the euro dollar. So right now we are short technically from the 143.33. This is our radar screen. Actually we short it from 144.79. Where did that come from? Alright, we took it. That's a brilliant move. Anyway, this close that we have over here, our bias for the euro is to the downside. We still want to take it to the downside. We still want to be negative on the euro. But what I have here is a close of 142.59, which on a short-term base might be construed as a buy signal, and it could be as a result of the reaction or the capitulation that we had in the dollar over Friday, with the move that we had in the dollar Swiss and in the dollar yen and even in the pound dollar on Friday. So this is, I like it when it sets up like this, because we have a structure point which is only about 30 pips away, which is the 142.16. We had a close of 142.59. So right now, if I just go to the intraday, and you can see the structure point over here. I mean, you would have taken it right out of London all the way down. It came back. There is your reversal. It has been working pretty much like a charm. Look at this. 1, 2, and the low of the day is 142.20, just 4 pips away. This is really a powerful point. So with that said, there is no reason for us to consider any short for the euro dollar, i.e., unless it trades below 142.16. So my short is, this was the short from last week, which was the 144.79. so this week we are going to be shorting below 142.16. okay, and if I go short, and that is also my structural short, and if I short it right there, I'm going to put the 142.16, so i.e. just going to give it 20 pips above it, but that's the point. That is, you don't want to give it too much room. So 142.16, that is my short stop, my short entry, and it is also my structural point. Now for the buy side, we need to see where can we buy if we have a buy, because we always have to do the what if scenarios on an intraday. Now if you look at the intraday charts, this thing has been in a terrible downtrend, and then for the last, this is from the 7th, so 7th and 8th, the last 2 days, look at this, it was all in a downtrend, and then you got this sideways move, and now it is settling to the downside. So again, our bias is perfectly to the downside. In this case, guys, if you look here, there is one structural point, the 143.37. When we broke above it, we really didn't go much far. It came back and held. We didn't go much far. We went above it this time yesterday. It didn't go anywhere. It didn't go anywhere. It didn't go anywhere. So, having said all of that, what I would suggest for you guys is, there is no reason to buy it unless it gets above the 143.33, and even that is considered a weak buy. Why? Because I have been flying above it several times and it hasn't been taking. It has respected actually the 143.60 much better than respecting the 143. Let's see what the 143.60. Tell me what the 143.60 is. I mean, I guess the 143.60 has been more of a zone than it is, and you can see that it is also the highs of the day, 73.69. So that's pretty much the should be or would be the breaking point if I'm going to be taking it to the upside. So anyway, we will still buy it above the 143.33, even though, as I said, it is a weak buy, but keep it in mind. And the one that you wanted really to take place should be a break above the 143.64. So if you buy it over here and it doesn't go through the 63.64 area over here, close the trade. Don't let it come back below the 143.33. So I'm going to make that our long point. It's going to be also our structural long, and it is also going to be our stop. Okay, and the bias for the euro is still, even though we have a short-term buy signal, the bias for the euro is still to the downside. So the euro We are going to be buyers of the euro above 143.37, and that is also my structure point, my structure long, and it is also going to be my stop. And I'm going to short the euro below the other structure, which is the 142.16, and it is going to be also my stop, and it is going to be my structural short. Okay, that is the euro dollar.